everyone, and welcome to AA's meeting. It's so nice to see all your smiling faces.
Wait, this is an AA meeting? I'm wondering if you guys look so miserable. You're supposed to be at an art meeting.
This is the art meeting, silly. AA stands for Art and Architecture. We're here because each of us has a serious art-related problem. And really, who could blame you? There's simply an overwhelming amount of art and architecture surfacing these days. Now, the first step to overcome your problem is to acknowledge it. So I want each of you to state your name and grievous affliction. We'll go around the circle starting with this fine fellow.
Oh, well, I guess that's me. Hello, my name is Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Anyway, I have this problem that I have come to grips with lately. I'm addicted to famous art styles, namely abstract expressionism. Every painting I see, abstract expressionism, or any other style, I can name it. It's crazy. It all started because Hitler threatened many artists who could not do what he wanted. So they came to America and had a major impact on artists here. They made New York City the new capital of the Western art world. And you can't forget Jackson Pollock, who was the leading force behind this movement. But there was also surrealism. This fitted all the artists' post-war mood of anxiety and trauma. Our old friend from the 1920s was part of this event, Sally Monicus.
Very good. Next.
Okay, I guess that's me. Hi, I'm Scott.
Hi, Scotty.
Right, my problem, it's just embarrassing. I have an unhealthy fascination with famous artists. Okay, so nobody, and I mean nobody, knows famous artists like I do. First of all, you can't even talk about abstract expressionism and 1940s artists without talking about the New York School. The New York School is practically synonymous with abstract expressionism. It was an informal group of artists, poets, dancers, and musicians that began picking up steam in the 40s. We've already talked about one of its most famous members, Jackson Pollock, a reclusive American abstract expressionist who enjoyed considerable fame and notoriety for his technique of drip painting, where he would literally pour paint onto a large canvas. All right, enough about him. Some more New York School alumni include William de Kooning, a Dutch-American painter who painted and sculpted in a way that was generally considered chaotic, and Hans Hofmann, whose work is distinguished by color relationships and geometric composition. We can't just talk about abstract expressionism. Even more famous than the expressionists was Andrew Wyeth. This guy could draw before he can even read, just like Paul. This guy was one of the most famous artists of the time. He's a realist who considers himself to be an abstractionist, but he worked in a regional style, so he's really versatile. He had a deep respect for artistic tradition and romance in artwork. One last artist, Alexander Calder. How many of you guys have heard of him? No? I didn't think so, but you will, mark my word. He'll become famous for his mobile structures. What is a mobile sculpture, you ask? It's a kinetic structure that consists of several rods that balance weighted objects. In fact, a few years ago in 1943, the Museum of Art held a well-received Calder retrospective.
Good, good. Wait, are we missing someone? Oh dear God, not this lunatic.
Hallo, ich heiße Adolf Hitler nicht. Niemand wird auf meine Klage mehr hören, so kam ich hier. Ich hasse wie es so viele Kriegspropaganda. Ich weiß nicht, warum du dumme Amerikaner raucht, nur das geringste Gefühl der Hoffnung, dass man diesen Krieg zu gewinnen haben. Diese Art von Propaganda voll Geld. Nicht einmal das ganze Geld der Welt könnte die Alliierten zum Sieg zu führen. Nun ist es lesenswert. Alle Deutschen sollen wissen, dass der Verschurft, das mächtige Regierung der Welt abschaffen wird nur zu Elden führen.
What's your deal? You're some sort of fascist dictator or something? Seems like a new one of you guys pop up every week. Why don't you, you're not welcome here in our discussion. Just go away and, you know, oppress the minorities or something. Just go.
Excuse me, is this the AA meeting? Sorry I'm late. Hey, did you guys see that dude with the comb over? He was muttering something about eliminating all the artists who wouldn't conform to his will. Anyway, I'm Derek.
Hi, Derek.
And I love famous art to the point of ridiculousness. Every single wall in my house is covered in it. And these are 6 of my favorites. Seated Woman was de Kooning's first major painting of a woman, and it evolved curiously out of a commission for a slightly earlier piece, Portrait of a Woman, painted in 1940. The artist seems to have held on to this commissioned portrait and started to use it to develop new pictures. And this one is a...
Abstract expressionism.
Escaping in 1940 from Europe at war, Mondrian spends the last 4 years of his life in New York City, where he is fascinated by the exuberance of city life. His paintings at that time express the exuberance. In his final painting, Broadway Boogie Woogie, painted from 1942 to 1943, the checkerboard lines that were previously black are now painted blue, gray, red, and yellow. The yellow was apparently inspired by New York's taxicabs. In Broadway Boogie Woogie, Mondrian represents the restless motion of the city.
Again, it's abstract expressionism.
Dude,
Sorry, I can't help it. It's just...
Yeah. Christina's World is a 1948.
It's surrealist style.
Do you need to leave? As I was saying, it is a realist style painting by the American painter Andrew Wyatt, and one of the best-known American paintings of the mid-20th century. It depicts a woman lying on the ground in a treeless, mostly tawny field, looking up and crawling towards a gray house on the horizon. A barn and various other buildings are adjacent to the house. This tempera work, done in a realist style, is currently displayed in the Museum of Modern Art in New York. The key belongs to Jackson Pollock's Accabonac Creek series, marking a crucial moment in the evolution of his evolution as an artist. This is a surrealist painting. Did you know that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good. Keep it quiet. Here's the process of painting became primary, expressing the power of spontaneous action and change effects. This resulted in abstraction. Slow Swirl at the Edge of the Sea is representative example of Rothko's surrealist period. Rothko's all-over composition of muted colors, strange translucent figures, horizontal lines, angles, swirls, all create a vibrant yet veiled picture of an obscure primeval landscape. This whimsical scene can also be interpreted as romance within a mythical and magical world. Pictures such as The Wind have been very controversial, of whether Hoffman inspired Jackson Pollock's use of the drip technique or not. You too. Some have claimed that Pollock saw pictures like this when he visited Hoffman's studio in 1942, and that this inspired his first use of Ford paint in 1943.
Alrighty, on to me, I guess. I'm Catherine, and...
Hi, Catherine.
Okay, anywho, I'm absolutely nuts about the simplicity of architecture. Is there something so strange about that? I just can't get over the Bauhaus in the 1920s. Walter Gropius and Le Corbusier influenced most of the architects of the last 2 decades, including the 1940s. They incorporated the idea to only use ornate and organic materials to try in the house with the surroundings. As seen here